the ticket. If you still haven't joined us for this amazing challenge, what are you waiting for? You could be our next $1,000 winner like Derek, who just lost 30 pounds, 23 inches, and 8% body fat. Derek changed his life in the 10-week challenge, and so can you. Farrell's combines kickboxing, strength training, and nutrition coaching to get you the results you have been waiting for. Join us July 12th for the Summer 10-Week Challenge. Go to fxblincoln.com to enroll today.
When opportunity knocks, you don't want to miss the call. Hamilton Business Technologies makes communication easy and efficient using customized technology, all while putting people first. Whether you're working from the office, at home, or on the go, Hamilton Business Technologies equips your business with the right tools for smooth, professional call handling. Hamilton Business Technologies. Real people, real technology solutions. Learn more at hamiltonisbusiness.com.
Hi, I'm Asher on summer break and about to start second grade. Thanks to awesome people like you who picked Aloe Fiber. They donated $193,000 to schools like mine. This summer, I'm using my fast internet to keep learning, and I can't wait to tell my teacher everything I discovered. So if you're a grown-up picking internet, choose Aloe, because Aloe chooses us, our schools, our town, and our future. Go to aloefiber.com to learn more.
Go Hog Wild Pet Barbecue.
Hog Wild will be open on the 4th of July, serving up our award-winning barbecue. Pick up a slab of slow-smoked ribs and a family pack on the way to your celebration. They come loaded with your choice of meats and sides, complete with buns and our famous Hog Wild sauce. Order online at gohogwild.com. Hog Wild Pit Barbecue, 3210 Cornhusker Highway in Lincoln.
But don't be late, we close at 8.
Big box stores are tempting for buying equipment for your high schooler in sports or for yourself in your sports leisures. But buying new is awfully expensive. Why not go somewhere with new and used options? Play It Again Sports has quality, slightly to gently used equipment, and 50% of their inventory is actually new equipment. And it's more than baseball, softball, and golf. They also have equipment for disc golf, fitness, hockey, and more. Plus, they're always buying products. Bring your gear you're done with and get trade money on the spot. Play It Again Sports at 48th and Vine.
Western Sand and Gravel is hiring for a variety of positions at their sand and gravel plants near Ashland. Apply today and receive a $2,500 hiring bonus. Available positions include plant operators, dredge operators, and shop service technicians. They offer great pay, health benefits, 401k, a wellness program, paid holidays, and paid time off. No matter your experience level, on-the-job training is available to help you build a rewarding career with Western Sand and Gravel. Start your career today. Visit westernsand.com.
Empower a child today with the Teammates Mentoring Program. Hope is only a conversation away when you choose to share your talent, time, and heart with a child. Together, you can build a relationship based on strengths and chart a brighter future, 1 week at a time. Find out how you can be a mentor by visiting lincolnteammates.org. Become what you needed as a kid by joining the Teammates Mentoring Program today.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com. On the internet. KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket. You're listening to Bock in the Blackshirt.
Terrell Farley. Defending Terrell Farley, who last week in his first start was a holy terror. Number 43.
And Jake Bockoven. On air and online at theticketfm.com. Powered by Bauer.
Albert James Ferrari Jr. He is one of one, to be certain, both in life and in the collegiate level, as he wins a national title at 197 pounds.
Rare air for a true freshman. Give this guy a chance. He's going to be a lot of fun to watch over the next 3 years.
And now, you get to watch him in Lincoln, Nebraska, Bob Devaney Center. DP here, the Hall of Famer, Terrell Farley next to me, Bock across. But we are joined once again for this first segment by the one and only, as they say, he's one of one, AJ Ferrari. AJ, thank you for doing this again. It means the world that in a busy schedule you're choosing to do this. And yeah, you're with like we talked about the linebacker, that linebacker position. You got one here. This is one of the guys,
the best of the best,
right? It's simple. I wanted to get into, you were talking about the weight transfer, the transformation of your body within you and staying within your disciplines, that going from 197 to currently 230 plus, ultimately 255, and then back down to 240. The amount of consumption that's going to be required, and good consumption. You need good nutrition. So walk me through. You said all these meals in a day. What are you eating?
Well, usually for breakfast, what I've been doing is about a dozen eggs a day. And then I'll do like some turkey bacon for that. And then for my carbs for breakfast, depending on the day, it'll usually be some sort of type of waffles. But for the waffles, I try to stay away from like enriched wheat flour, those type of things that are enriched with all this other extra stuff that's added, right? So usually what I like to do is almond flour or some type of flour that's actually healthier, right? A good source of carbs. And then, yeah, like that'll be my first meal of the day right there, probably around 1,000 to 2,000 calories right off the bat, and then go whatever I have going on, you know, and then the biggest thing for me also is managing to hydrate. And it's just really the time it takes to really set up these meals and then do it and get the food down. And usually the biggest one for me is spaghetti meatballs, lasagna, those type of things. I eat as much as I can for 2 hours and then take a break, do homework, do some schoolwork, maybe go lift, right? Come back and get back at it again.
How many workouts a day are you currently
doing? Right now, it's at 2 times a day right now, twice a day. So something in the morning, some sort of type of, usually in the morning, lift, flexibility, mobility workout, speed work, something like that. And then in the afternoon, usually wrestling practice, depending on the day. But during the season, it's usually 3. But usually the third workout is usually some sort of type of recovery. So it's usually some sort of type of either stretching, maybe a cold plunge, something like that. But I usually did the cold plunge more for weight management. So it's a whole change now with me going up. Everything's kind of changed versus it used to be controlling my weight and really keeping my weight at a level playing field. Now it's about right now in the off season, really, because we really have 4 months until we have anything really, you know. So right now it's about putting on as much lean muscle mass. It's funny because going into my true freshman year when I won my first national title as a true freshman, 19 years old, youngest ever at 197, that whole entire couple months before, 6 months going on into starting the season, all I was doing was really lifting. I was lifting 2 or 3 hours a day. I was wrestling a couple times a week, you know, because I think that's a big thing people don't understand. Like wrestling is like so technique based, but the big thing that I teach in my wrestling camps is the fundamentals. If you perfect the fundamentals, right? If you've got a level playing field of technique, if you're 1%, or for me, 5, 10% stronger than someone in a position, it just overwhelms them. And that's why you see me just run people over, because I have those God-given gifts of strength and agility, just like my brother over here, you know, on the football field, same type of thing. When God blesses you and then you also, you know, put the work in, you know, that's when you see the big picture. You know, faith without works is dead, you know, but you have to have both. And you have the faith and you have the works. It's a beautiful picture. And that's why people see it and they're like, wow, this guy is just the flexibility, the splits, the mobility. It's a combination of the training and then the lifestyle since I was a kid.
That celebration, the splits. Listen, it is iconic. It is iconic. And folks, if you haven't seen AJ hit the splits, first of all, a man of his size, he talked about flexibility. I'm going to go ahead and give him his flowers now, because my hamstrings hurt just watching AJ hit the splits. Is that going to be the celebration that you use this year?
Oh, we'll see. It's a surprise. It's a surprise. This year is a surprise.
See, they told me.
It's a surprise.
They told me to ask.
We're going to change it up a little bit this year, so it's going to be something interesting. I have a good idea going on, so it's going to be really fun. I think everybody's going to love it.
Well, I think that you're trying to be organic in all that you do. You mentioned the bottled water.
Last bottled water.
Yeah, see that one.
Bottled water.
Like to find out, to get you some space in it. I think the wrestling room changed with your addition. And I think people miss in the transfer portal that money couldn't have been priority one for you. It couldn't have been, because you could have got more money. You could have gone other places.
Right.
But you chose Nebraska because that wrestling room is a place where magic happens, where development is happening, character away from the mat happens. You now change the heavyweight division. You change the end of that card, right? So on the nights when, you know, you had Silas Allred, you had guys at the end of the Christopher Mento, and then you hit Young Turk, you got the big slammer at 197 who's going into his sophomore year, and then you have a national champion. It changes the way. Is there Penn State fear? Is there too much respect? Or is this the target and it must be achieved? Like you have to bring them to your level or go to theirs.
I think for me, it's always about, for me, just performing, having fun, enjoying it. I think the biggest thing that separates me is I enjoy competing. I enjoy it. Like a lot of guys, like, man, there's a lot of pressure, 8,000 people watching you compete. If you lose, you got sponsorship deals, you got NAL deals, you got all the stuff going on. But for me, it's about enjoying it. And, just like you talked about a couple seconds ago by talking about NAL, that's a big thing that we see is like Bo Bassett leaving Iowa with, allegedly he was getting $1 million a year, allegedly he was getting $1 million a year for 4 years, $4 million. And he's leaving because I don't want to be around people that I don't feel comfortable with. I always tell people, this is a good quote that I like to tell people, I'm not the first one to say it. I'm sure someone else has said it better than me or differently, but I don't like to feast with people I wouldn't starve with. So I don't want to feast with you if you wouldn't starve with me, and I think that's more important than anything is people around me that really love me. And like, that's the thing is like, I know I can tell Coach Manning loves me for me as a person, not just for my wrestling ability, and I've been around coaches. I'm not going to say names. I've been around coaches in my life that didn't love me for who I was as a person. I've had coaches in the past, high school, middle school, college, all levels, try to make me wrestle through injuries where I could not move. Like literally I took third. So back in 2018, back in high school, right? I took third in the world in Zagreb, Croatia, Cadet World Championships, right? And I had 85% of my rotator cuff torn. So I still took third. I wrestled with it, which I was fine with. I wanted to, right? But now I'm in, let's say later or before, I had another injury, right? Another injury of some sort. And pretty much it was like to the point where I could not move that limb. Like literally, let's say you have a torn knee, I could not bend my knee. I have a torn shoulder, I could not move my arm. And they were trying to get me to wrestle with an injury. And with the doctors they had around me, they were trying to basically say to me, there's a chance that you can wrestle with it. But what they didn't tell me is that there's a chance that you could lose all type of power in that side of your body for the rest of your life. That could alter my career, not just in wrestling. Because listen, I love wrestling, but like my career is not just wrestling. It's also MMA. It also could be, who knows, me trying to go to the NFL. I'm an athlete where I could do a lot of different things. I run a 4.6 40-yard dash at 225 pounds. I got a 36-inch vertical jump. I could do a full split. I'm an all-around athlete. So like for me, I love, just for me, competing, competition. But like for me, the biggest thing why I didn't play football was that there was no one-on-one aspect. I don't like letting someone else, it's hard for me to let a quarterback or someone else be able to control my destiny. I like saying it's all on me. If I put the work in, it's going to show. If I don't put the work in, it's going to show, if that makes sense. That's why wrestling's so great, because it's an individual sport, but it's also a team camaraderie at the same time. So you can show it, and you have to first, show it. You can't just preach if you're not living that yourself,
Well, your discipline carries over, and it's obvious that it shows. I think the big part of it in that room where national champions and All-Americans are everywhere, everybody and
then Olympic champions, Jordan Burroughs, right, of all calibers.
Well, I mean, when you're talking about wrestling, that Burroughs is in the GOAT conversation, for you, who are the folks that you look at and say, I need to be that and better?
Well, for me, I think for a long time, I did idolize a lot of wrestlers. I idolized people in my life, and for now, really, I don't idolize anyone anymore. The only person I idolize is Jesus Christ. That's it. Because I know that no one's perfect, and everybody may have. And I always tell people not to idolize me, because so many kids look at me as cover of ESPN, national champion. Now you got this. Now you went viral for, saying Proverbs 3 verse 5 and stuff. It's not about that, though. I tell them it's about, for me, parable of the talents. You have an obligation to your creator to fulfill that. Do you wrestle for man to show off your gifts to man, or you wrestle for the Lord? And that's what's really important for kids to comprehend, is like, they look at me as bigger than life. I have all this power, but like literally we are just vessels, and like God has given me everything back tenfold. As soon as you realize that you have no power, the only power you have was given to you through Jesus Christ, God blesses you so much, because that's the original sin, is pride, right? The original sin from Lucifer, who became Satan, was, I did this, I want this, when it's not me, it's the Lord. It's not the creation, it's the creator.
You are going to change conversation. You're going to change action, but you're going to change conversation, because your faith is strong, your faith is deep, and it's real. And some folks will be uncomfortable by it. As my brother, who's a minister, says, let them. They need to hear you, because you are being used. And
I don't push things on. People feel like I push it too much sometimes. I feel like, to be honest. But I think the biggest thing for people to understand is like, we have an obligation as people that, especially me. I mean, I've had so many encounters with the Lord in my life. I'm just grateful every single day for everything that I had. You know, I had back in
the car accident.
The car accident. I had the car wreck,
Yeah.
right? And then the guy that pulled me out of the car was never found. 30 people saw him on the scene, pulled me out of the vehicle, and then he was never found. You know, just completely vanished. I mean, walked behind the vehicle, and nobody still has come forward. So I'm just, every single day is just a complete blessing. I'm just grateful to God, you know. And that's the thing, is like, a lot of people I feel like are not grateful for what you have. Some people, that's why social media, it's a constant battle, because everything on social media is about pride, about vanity, about lust. It's about comparison to others, jealousy. I want the better car. I want the better this, better that, you know what I mean? Better house, you know, better girlfriend, better this, when it's not the fact that you have to be grateful for what God's given you and for what you have, you know. And whenever you're grateful, whenever you have gratitude, God blesses you tenfold, you know. But for me, it's just like, I detach from everything. And that's why this year, believe it or not, the best thing for me happening this year was me losing. I had, as much as it sucks, as much as it was miserable, and you guys watch the interviews and everybody's like, wow, this is like real. It's like, because the thing is, I put so much work in this year. I worked out harder to win this championship than I did when I won my first championship. But I didn't have as much of the partners, the coaches, the facilities, right? I didn't have as much of that. But that's not an excuse. The whole reason, though, the purpose of it was I had lost, right, to Iowa, who I was at Iowa, gave the fingers, ended up having to leave because the president athletic director wouldn't accept me, right? The coach still wanted me. I leave. Now, transfer to Cal State Bakersfield, right? Later on, after I was doing MMA, I was trying to do Olympics, had an injury, whatever. I got back in the mix. I'm at Cal State Bakersfield now, and the guy that took the guy that was there, right? The biggest thing for me, that was hardest for me, was that my brother was training him every day. You know, that was the hardest thing, was like my own brother, who I have helped. His skills, he has underhook, has different attacks, right? But his lefty swing, like the way he has that lefty style, is very similar to mine. And we've worked on it, stance in motion, right? In my basement, in our wrestling room. And like, just my brother training him, not purposefully. I mean, listen, when you're in college, you got someone next to you, got to train with them, you know. And then him being there, and then that happening, it was like, and then on the podium, I remember I said something to him. I was like, after I lost, I was still, came back and took third. And I was grateful to God for it, but I was still like, man, I was like, I know I should have won. You know what I mean? Everybody knows I'm better than you. You had a better game plan. You beat me, right? So I said to him, I said, yo, did you think of my brother? Because the only reason you won is because of him. That's what and he was like, and you know, he said to me, he said, yeah, you're right. He said, I trained with him 5 times a week, four times a week. And when my brother was like, he said 2 or 3 times a week. So that just like ate at me, dude. It ate at me so much. It was like, man, it was like someone that close to me, my own blood, my own brother that I had trained with since I was 4 years old, was used against me, you know? So later, I was with my parents, my family. I couldn't stand anyone, right? This is after getting the award, getting third. I was just so like, and then finally, I'm about to go to bed. It's like 1 a.m., whatever, right? I stayed up late. I'm going to bed. I remember I was on like the 24th floor, right? And I look out, and I remember, I think of the Bible verse. This is why it's so important to read the Bible and really understand and comprehend it and apply it to your life, right? So I thought of this verse, and I thought about whenever Jesus was fasting for 30 days, and he was tempted by Satan, right? He took him to a high mountain peak and showed him all the kingdoms of the world and said, you could have all this, right? And then basically what Jesus said to him was, you shall not tempt the Lord your God. And I was like, man, I have such an attachment to this trophy, to being a 2-time national champion, to being the greatest American wrestler ever, right? And it was like, just let it go. There's bigger things. This has nothing to do with my salvation and eternal life with the Lord. This is a physical commodity. There's bigger things to life than this. It's all about the Lord, you know? And I just pictured the trophy, and I just let it go.
Isn't that amazing? I think the evolution of AJ Ferrari will be a better story, a greater story than the wrestler. I think you, the man, how you evolve in this thing is going to be the story. And look, we're looking forward to being a part of it, because we want to cheer you on. We want to support you, elevate you, amplify you. I know you're busy. I'm going to let you get out of here, but I'm going to say thank you again. I know.
One question.
Go ahead,
No
Blackshirt.
I got a couple minutes. I got like 10 more minutes.
Okay,
we can go to 1:30.
Who is Mr. Fast Twitch? What is that? What is that?
Whenever I was younger, right? Everything when I was younger, I was a different kid. I was like a weird kid that was like, everybody knew me. I went to Allen High School, huge high school, 1,600 people in my graduating class. Growing up, everything was like, I didn't get a phone until I was 17. All I grew up with was God Family Wrestling, right? So a long story short, pretty much, whenever I was younger, everything about me was about having the longest wingspan versus my height, the highest vertical jump, being the quickest, having the best agility, right? So basically, I started getting obsessed with fast twitch muscles because there's slow twitch and there's fast twitch. And so my Uncle Randy was like, you're so obsessed with it. So we do pull-ups, right? Everybody be like, oh, do perfect form, like bodybuilders. My dad, since we were kids, would have us do swinging pull-ups, swinging fast twitch, everything, push-ups, not perfect form, fast twitch, as fast as you can do them, as quick as you can do them, all for that explosiveness, for that fast twitch muscle fibers, right? So basically, my uncle was like, you're so obsessed with fast twitch and you're so explosive, you know, you're Mr. Fast Twitch. and it just stuck with me, you know, and that's why, that's how I tapped into it. I mean, if you look, I was like, I remember 14, 16 years old doing weighted pull-ups fast. Everybody's like, oh, you're swinging, not perfect form. But it's like, as long as you have form where you're not getting hurt, we're not getting injured, and you're working those fast twitch muscles, you know, that's the biggest thing too, is like, and it's not always going to be perfect. Like everybody thinks everything has to be perfect in the weight room. Like someone sees me deadlifting 675 pounds and they don't see I don't have perfect form. I have good form. I don't get injured, you know, but they don't also see all the flexibility, the mobility, the lifestyle, you know, and that's the biggest thing. I think that separates me is like, me being, you know, and studying this, like being a kinesiology major, applied exercise science, studying the body, you know, that's the big thing that separates me from my opponents is like, I understand how to like warm up, how to activate my muscles, how to train beforehand, how to activate my muscles to get the maximal weight on the bar and stay healthy. And then also how to warm up for wrestling, my hip mobility, my shoulder mobility, just all my joints in my body, and then recovery, you know? So it's just like, I'm always, and the thing that I always tell people was like, I'm always trying to evolve and get better. Like, that's a big thing that I always do is like when I won my first national championship, I was eating fast food, going to bed at 2 a.m., not getting any recovery, you know, and now I've kind of, you know, dealt with the repercussions of that with like these lagging injuries. Like I dealt with turf toe, you know, from a lagging injury, from not getting recovery. So now it's like the opposite of the spectrum, being 23 versus being 19, you know, and me wanting to do this till I would like to fight and wrestle till I'm like hopefully 40 years old, you know, just because I love it. And I feel like I can do it. I mean, my dad's 50 and he still looks like he could beat people up, you know. And he's all natural too. He's not like all these other dudes that are all juiced up on test, TRT. Nothing against that, but he's completely natural. He doesn't take anything, you know.
It's crazy. I've seen videos of your dad working out,
all natural. He's dealt with some injuries himself because, like, I tell my dad, it's like, man, like you're 50 years old, bro. You can't be putting up 400 pounds on the bar and bench press, especially since you're not on test, you're not on TRT. You're not on HGH, like you're completely natural. Like your body is not the same. Like you got to tone it down a notch. And finally, he finally started taking it down a notch. Now he's doing like these last couple of years, he's doing like these prison type of workouts that are insane, where he does like 500 reps. So he does like 25 push-ups, 25 pull-ups, and like I do his workouts and like I'm dying. And I'm like, I'm in college chasing winning my second national championship, and this dude's workout is insane. His workout is so fast paced, it's like cardio. So like, but he doesn't even do any cardio. His cardio is the training. So he'll do like 25 dips, 50 dips, 25 push-ups, 50 push-ups. And he does like at the end of the workout, he'll do like 100 to 200 push-ups, like halfway like this, but it's just like so intense because it's so many reps. And I'm like, by the time you finish, you can't even push an inch up.
When you see AJ's dad at the Vantage Center, just shake his hand. Just shake his hand. Just shake his hand. Introduce yourself and shake his hand, because dude's a problem. A couple of things from the text line, so you can I want you to know how you're landing and how you're being received. John and Cortland says, thank you for coming here. You definitely make Lincoln a better place. He says, tell them what they can't do. See what happens. He goes, I love that you still do that. Cubsker is saying, preacher, brother, God is so good. Scaper says he's pumped. He's absolutely pumped. He also has a picture suggesting you playing linebacker for Matt Rule. So like that, that is the full thing. Like, and again, you're in the room with one of the goats. So there's a thing to do. Bock, do you have anything for it? Because I don't want to hog all of it, because I know you've been sitting here.
I just want to get your initial impressions of Lincoln, because I don't know, that's kind of fun. We got the 4th of July coming up. I see your hat. How's the first couple days in Lincoln been for you?
It's been amazing. I think it's nice because it's like you get like a little bit of like a small suburb city feel, but there's not like a crazy like nightlife scene where it's like a bunch of distractions. I think that's important too. Like coming from Cal State Bakersfield, I remember like driving around downtown. Like Cal State Bakersfield has like a lot of like, there's like some bad areas, you know, like some areas where it's like you don't want to go in there. And I was always going to those areas often to get gas, because gas was the cheapest there. Because in California, I drive a truck. I drive a 2024 Toyota Tacoma. And basically, a long story short, pretty much the gas prices go from about $5.25 a gallon to about $4.50 for premium, because I put premium in my truck. So Yeah, I was going down those alleys to get the better gas for the better price. So nobody really messed with me. I think that I usually, for me, I think the biggest thing is like I don't like live my life in fear. I trust in the Lord, but I also don't tempt God. Fear of God is the beginning of knowledge. So that's a big thing for I think a lot of people is like you have to respect God. You have to understand and respect Him. That hey, I understand that I can do certain things, but that doesn't mean that I'm going to test God. I understand that I'm a great swimmer. It doesn't mean I'm going to go in the middle of the ocean and go swim with no one watching me. So you don't tempt God, and God is using me, I think, as a vessel to show His strength, to show that all of us individuals have no power. The only power we have is in Jesus Christ, our Lord. So that's been the key for me is just being grateful for that and being grateful for everything I've been through. Because for me, and what separates me, I think what calloused my mind, like even this year, I got the same amount of backlash. I don't know if you guys saw at my tournament. The first time I walked out from my quarterfinals match, everybody was booing me. The whole Penn State, it was insane. It was like probably close to a couple thousand people were booing me, yelling things at me. Like they were yelling personal stuff. I'm not even gonna say what they were saying, really crazy stuff. And like, I remember part of me, like I almost gave my flash. I went like this and I went like, I want to hear it more. And then I just went on and did my match. Like old me was just like, would have just given into that and said stuff back. But like, I think the biggest thing was just like learning that you have to absorb that and you can't beat evil with more evil. People in this world think that you can beat evil with more evil. The only way to beat evil is with good and with righteousness. Light beats darkness. You can't beat darkness with more darkness, So that was the biggest thing that calloused my mind. And then being grateful for this stuff, for not just the love, but also the hate. Because just as it says in the book of James, and I would do this year, we would do cold plunges, freezing cold, miserable, 31 degrees below freezing, 10 buckets of ice. We would go, and my record, by the way, is like 8 or 9 minutes. I usually would do 5 to 7 minutes, depending on the day. Your fingers would be tingling. You can't go more than 12 minutes. 12 minutes is the max, 31 degrees, right? And then during that time, we usually would just, during that time, memorize Bible scriptures, right? These men, Mr. Sean Cross, right? Mr. Larry Morgan. And I would say, read me the book of James, and I would memorize it. James, servant of the Lord Jesus Christ, count it as pure joy, my brothers and my sisters, whenever you face trials and tribulations of many kinds, knowing that those trials and those tribulations will allow your faith to become mature and complete, lacking nothing. So it's like, that's the huge thing for people to understand is like, so many people go to these pastors and these preachers that preach, you serve the Lord, you're going to get all these blessings. Right. But that's not what it's about, though. It's about serving the Lord regardless of that. You know what I mean? Regardless of the blessing, regardless of whether or not which I'm not, you guys know I'm going to win a championship, whether I get injured next year, something happens or whatever. I trust in the Lord. I could lose everything right now. My whole life spiral out of control, but I still trust in the Lord, and that's just like the faith becomes real and mature and complete. And that's what you guys are seeing is like when I won my first national championship, I said, oh, glory to God, but I didn't mean it. I was still partying. I was still drinking alcohol, not living the right lifestyle. Right. Now I live such a clean lifestyle. Every aspect of my life, I've cut out, worked on, like even, but it's like, the thing is too, is I didn't change overnight. It's like, boom, I gave up all this. Over time, I gave up. First thing I gave up was the pride and the loss of vanity. Then I worked on the cursing. Then I worked on every aspect of my life. And you got to be real. It's not just about reading the Bible and going to church. It's about looking in the mirror and really saying, man, what am I doing wrong? What is Jesus Christ saying I need to work on? Application. And again, I tell kids, knowledge without application is nothing. I could tell you guys these things, but if you don't apply it, it means nothing. So that was the biggest thing is like being real with myself. And then that was the grateful thing is like being in California, no family. I try to have a couple friends. All my friends would be friends for a couple weeks. And then they're trying to pull me to go drink alcohol, go party. It's like, you're not a friend I need to have around me. You're not in the same lifestyle. You're not trying to accomplish the same things as me. So that was a big thing is like, God had to isolate me for me to learn these things and really like be grateful for these things. You have to learn these things, and it's better off I learn these things now than I have to, have eternal separation from the Lord.
You cannot know who you are until you know who you aren't. I'm going to ask you one final thing. I'm going to ask you to give Husker fans, Husker Nation, give them a statement from AJ Ferrari on what they can look forward to this year at Devaney Center. Husker wrestling.
I think this is a great thing to say. For sure, is one thing I would like to say, and that is there is a big red Ferrari coming through, and he's going to be finishing out every single heavyweight match. And let's go! I'm fired up, not just for the wrestling, for football, for all sports. We're locked in. Our women's volleyball team, women's soccer, everything. the big red are coming. And there's a big red Ferrari driving downtown.
I have a feeling that actually is not far from happening.
Oh, that's good.
AJ, thank you, brother. And this is the first of many. This is the first of many.
And welcome to Nebraska, man.
There we go. Bock, take us to break, and then you guys can take it over after that.
All right, Bock and the Blackshirt coming back after this.
Hey guys, you have heard about the Farrell's 10-week challenge for years on the ticket. If you still haven't joined us for this amazing challenge, what are you waiting for? You could be our next $1,000 winner like Derek, who just lost 30 pounds, 23 inches, and 8% body fat. Derek changed his life in the 10-week challenge, and so can you. Farrell's combines kickboxing, strength training, and nutrition coaching to get you the results you have been waiting for. Join us July 12th for the Summer 10-Week Challenge. Go to fxblincoln.com to enroll today.
Big box stores are tempting for buying equipment for your high schooler in sports or for yourself in your sports leisures. But buying new is awfully expensive. Why not go somewhere with new and used options? Play It Again Sports has quality, slightly to gently used equipment, and 50% of their inventory is actually new equipment. And it's more than baseball, softball, and golf. They also have equipment for disc golf, fitness, hockey, and more. Plus, they're always buying products. Bring your gear you're done with and get trade money on the spot. Play It Again Sports at 48th and Vine. At Parkview Animal Hospital in Lincoln, it's not just their professional care that sets them apart, but their warm staff and state-of-the-art facilities. Whether it's for a routine checkup or a comprehensive medical procedure, at Parkview, your pet isn't just another number, but a valued member of their caring family. Visit them at pahlincoln.com today and in person just south of 14th and Pine Lake Road. Parkview Animal Hospital, your pet, their passion, for happier, healthier, furry friends.
Hey there, this is Paul Scheel, owner of High Electric. I want to thank our friends and loyal customers and introduce High Electric to those looking for a new electrician. We've been serving the Lincoln and Omaha area for over 30 years, from design to install, upgrades, and repair. If you are a homeowner or a small business needing some electrical work, call us at 402-466-6606 or check us out at hyelectric.com. We look forward to hearing from you.
Are kids better off in an intact family? You bet they are. This is Joe Cordell of the domestic litigation firm Cordell & Cordell. Kids living in a household with married parents do better in school, they're emotionally healthier, and they're more likely to stay out of trouble with the law. If you're in a troubled marriage, of course you should do everything you can to save your marriage, if only for your kids' sake. This includes considering alternatives to divorce. Of course, in some circumstances, divorce is unavoidable. In either case, if you're a man facing a crisis in your marriage, let us help you at Cordell & Cordell. Remember, we're the partner men can count on.
The attorneys at Cordell & Cordell work to help men maximize their role in their children's lives. Contact the domestic litigation firm of Cordell & Cordell to schedule an appointment with one of our firm's Lincoln area attorneys, a partner men can count on. Online at CordellCordell.com. That's CordellCordell.com. Office in downtown Lincoln, Cordell & Cordell, 1221 N Street, Suite 801, Lincoln, Nebraska, 68508.
93.7 The Ticket. Fox KFXL weather. Sponsored by John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning.
The Lincoln forecast for today, we'll see decreasing clouds throughout the day. It'll be breezy and hot with an afternoon high near 93. Tonight, mainly clear skies and a light breeze, a low around 71. And tomorrow, we'll see mainly sunny skies. It'll be breezy and hot again with a high near 94. I'm meteorologist Kyle Peck for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Hi, I'm Asher on summer break and about to start second grade. Thanks to awesome people like you who picked Aloe Fiber. They donated $193,000 to schools like mine. This summer, I'm using my fast internet to keep learning, and I can't wait to tell my teacher everything I discovered. So if you're a grown-up picking internet, choose Aloe, because Aloe chooses us, our schools, our town, and our future. Go to aloefiber.com to learn more.
Attention baseball and softball players. The Nebraska Dominators are looking to add players to their baseball and softball teams for the 2026 season. Tryouts are happening now for all age groups, ranging from 7 years old to 14 and under for baseball and 7 years old to 18 and under for softball. Visit the Nebraska Dominators Facebook page for more information today.
Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits is your place in North Lincoln to go for all your needs in wine, spirits, and beer. They also have a large variety of cigars in their walk-in humidor, and they have a top-notch walk-in temperature-controlled high-end wine room. Plus, you can enjoy free samples from their tasting bar. There's only one place to go for all your needs for spirits and cigars. That's Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits on North 27th Street in Lincoln.
Hey Husker Nation, this is Todd Euler, two-time national champion, here to talk to you about Window World Lincoln. At Window World, we specialize in replacement windows, doors, siding, and roofing. Whether you're looking to enhance the beauty of your home or increase its energy efficiency, we've got you covered. And here's the best part. We offer the best for less. Our team is dedicated to providing top quality products and exceptional service at affordable prices. We want to earn your business and make your home improvement dreams a reality. So why wait? Contact Window World Lincoln today at 464-7313 or visit our website at windowworldlincoln.com. Window World Lincoln, where quality meets affordability.
With UBT, you've got total control over your money. Like Doug, who runs his game day tailgate like a well-oiled machine.
I got burgers, brats, chicken, dogs, plus all the fixins. And with the UBT Go app, I can track my food spending from anywhere.
Pro move.
They don't call me Grill Sergeant for nothing.
No matter your goals, UBT helps you feel good about reaching them. Union Bank and Trust, member FDIC.
Make bill paying a breeze with Text to Pay. LES texts you 1 week before your bill's due date. Just reply to the text to pay. It's that easy. Log into your account at les.com to sign up today.
You're listening to Bock and the Blackshirt.
Terrell Farley. Defending Terrell Farley, who last week in his first start was a holy terror, number 43.
And Jake Bockoven. On air and online at theticketfm.com. Powered by Bauer.
Welcome to Bock and the Blackshirt here on 93.7. It is our edition of Window World Wednesday in here with Todd Euler.
Let's go.
And Window World Wednesday. Bock, what you doing for today, man? That was a good interview.
Hey. Yeah. I'm feeling like shooting a double leg. I'm all
I don't know if you're ready for that.
I'm not ready for that.
Yeah, for all you wrestling fans, we had AJ Ferrari that was in studio for over an hour today, one on DP, and then a little bit with us, man. He's a nice kid, man. And to look at him, man, he got some big old thighs,
He's
man.
put together, isn't he?
Yeah, he's put together well, man. He may need to go out for the football team and play a little linebacker here.
Right.
While we talking about football, man, Matt Rule, them is on the road, man.
Yeah,
I can tell you we're picking up steam. I felt kind of bad because I talked a lot of smack about only the 4 or 5 kids we had 3 weeks ago. And it looks like from the last 3 weeks, hey, 6-7 recruits done committed, a couple of 4 stars, couple of 3 stars. But, hey, he's putting together a good recruiting class. And when I says this, Nebraska comes from number 89 in rankings to number 59 in 24/7 Sports and number 34 on 3.
Nice.
And now we have a new one, Larry Miles, Orlando, Florida, 5'10", 5'11", 170, 4-star wide receiver slot. Had offers from Kentucky, Pitt, Arkansas, Arizona. Kid had 68 catches, 1,204 yards, 12 TDs, 10 TDs in high school as a junior.
Flobraska, is that what they're saying? Something like that?
Flobraska. We don't need. We had Calabaska, corn dogs, just say a Nebraska recruit. You know what I'm saying? That's all we are. We're when we look at the end of the day, we're Huskers. And I can tell you right now that Matt Rule is kind of, I kind of joked about the bull picture, but it looks like it's working because you pick up 3 guys in a week and things are starting to turn around for Nebraska. And you know what? And with all this success we're having in recruiting the last couple of weeks, what it means for us is more success on the field. And I can't wait 57 days to the camp start or kickoff.
Yeah,
whatever
kickoff,
you call
first
it.
kickoff.
Elijah Pritchett number. So looking forward to to seeing my big man from Columbus, Georgia on the field do his thing, and looking forward to Dylan Riola and a lot of things. So what you think about the new kid, Bock?
Yeah, there's so much potential on this team. It's going to be exciting to see, how much they can kind of live up to that. But as far as recruiting, like you said, it's been a month of success, though it has been labeled by some as whiffed in June. Of course, Matt Rule, if you followed, kind of took a shot seemingly at that. We don't know for sure of that on Twitter, but certainly not a miss. What they've been doing, the work that they've been putting in the recruiting offices over the last month. 8 guys in June. Now you add Larry Miles to the group, and he's an exciting type of guy. I mean, you kind of look at his 24/7 report that they kind of have on him, and I think these are always kind of interesting. Andrew Ivins of evaluated this and put this out there, but he said slot receiver with burst and quickness to be a menace in the short passing game, which certainly can kind of line up what we've seen with Dana Holgerson. Says on the smaller side, but plays a physical brand of football and finds ways to get large at the catch point. Bolts off the line with no shortage of urgency and keeps defenders guessing with his savvy route running, and as finds soft spots in both man and zones coverage. Has proven to be rather difficult to corral once the ball is secured, as he strings, cuts together, and slips off tackles while weaving through traffic. So there's a little bit more there, but if that doesn't get you excited, I don't know what will. And that's the type of guy that you wonder with like a Ja'Cory Barney. And obviously it's not this upcoming season. Is that the type of the guy that maybe could come in an already loaded wide receiver room and do some damage?
Yeah, I think he'll do great. I mean, he can learn a lot from Jacoby Barney. Barney could also move to the second or the number 1 option next year if we need him to. You have another freshman, Jeremiah Jones, that's real excited, and all the quarterbacks we getting, just with the Trey and Dalton coming in. This looks like it's going to be an exciting offense for a long time.
Yeah, it's going to be fun to watch. I think obviously the bull had a little pull there. So,
he did.
Just got to bring out the bull.
Yeah.
Then the recruits start falling.
Well, I wouldn't say a bull. We need to, it was a live bull. But yeah, I got a question for you guys now. With all what's going on with Nebraska, what would be the reason, or what side of the ball would be the reason that Nebraska has a successful season? Now, when I ask you this question, it's not because of all the firepower we got on both sides of the ball. It's how they come together. And when I see that, and I think for me, the most part of this question is, I'm answering myself also, is that I think the defense has more to lose than anything this year, because you're replacing your defensive coordinator. You're replacing probably 3-4 guys on the line. You have to live up to that black shirt standard. And when I say that, is that linebackers are there. I mean, that's a very, very good core linebackers we have. Rotational or not, all 4 of those guys can probably start anywhere in the country. Now DBs are we got a couple of guys back. Now we got guys that were hurt last year that's going to be ready at the beginning of the season, not just coming in and playing spurts here and spurts there. My main concern is the D line, and I know that what's the defensive coordinator? I'm trying to John Butler. Yep. I know John Butler can get these guys ready. They have to be ready themselves. So I think more pressure is probably going to be on the defense because of what Dylan Riola has now, especially having Holgerson at the beginning of the season instead of the last 2 or 3 games.
Yeah, well, I think I'm with you. I think the defense last year, we just we couldn't get a stop when we needed a stop, right? And it just was like, another first down, more clock, run. And it just, the defense has to step up and get a stop when we need it. And that's just not what we saw last year. We had a couple times when offense had an opportunity, the Ohio State game, go down and score, we win that game, right? That didn't happen very often, right? Where we had an opportunity to go down and score. And Illinois, we did go down, get ourselves in field goal position, miss the field goal, right? So our defense, I think a lot falls on the defense. It really does, because offense should be able to score points. We just got to score more than the other team, and that goes to the defense, right?
Well, and I think, too, we obviously all can kind of think about special teams being a big factor in this, too. If everything stayed the same and special teams improved a little bit, Nebraska might be able to reach that 9-win mark that a lot of people are looking at. But it's kind of interesting. I generally agree with you guys. I think the defense has a little bit more questions on it. We saw what it's worth, the college football rankings, the in the video game. Looks like they believe in the offense a little more than the defense, so kind of aligns with a lot of people and what we're thinking. But I don't want to give the offense a pass on this. No. They do have to take significant strides forward. I don't know when the last time you would say Nebraska even had a prolific offense. So it's almost, it would be kind of getting used to score 35 points a game or something like that. And the other thing is just program-wise, I think that's a huge step forward in what you're doing. Okay, your biggest assets right now, probably in the program, if you're kind of looking for Matt Rule down, would maybe be Dana Holgorsen, your offensive coordinator, and Dylan Riley, your quarterback. So if that's what you are putting all, the most of your marbles in, it has to play out. There's going to be games, sure, where you struggle a little bit. The defense is going to have to step up. But this offense, it would be nice to not think, especially 2 years ago, all right, we got to hold teams under 17 points. This past year, maybe try to. We're probably not going to score more than 28. We're not going to throw more than 300. We're not going to have 1,000-yard rusher. All these things. Now reverse that and think about what you could do and how much slack you could give the defense a little bit. If you did have 1,000-yard rusher, if you were routinely throwing for 300 yards a game, you could score 35 points. So I think a lot of people are expecting that. And there's just a lot. And I think Dana Holgorsen is the main reason why people believe that. But there's a lot of ground to make up before we see it. There's one thing to say it looks good on paper. It's another thing to go out there and do it.
Yeah, and when we say that, a lot of people like Bill and Ben and the Cubs to say special teams. I have no worry about special teams. You know why? Because when you have a coach like Coach Eckler that comes in here that demands that you run down there fast, that will chew your ass out if you don't do the job right, and brings excitement to the game. I mean, if you can go and bump into your coach and knock him down and he gets back up and he's more fired up to do it again, then, hey, let's do it again then, Coach. So, I'm not worried about special teams because I know we have the guy that will get in there and do the job. And I know that we have the guy on offense that can get in there and do the job. Hey, just bring those pieces of the puzzle together on defense. And, hey, now you got 3 solid units. And like I say, take all 3 phases to win the game, Bock.
All right, let's go ahead and take a quick break. This is Window World Wednesday with Todd Euler in studio with us. We'll take a quick break. We got more sports talk coming up next on Bock and the Blackshirt on 93.7 The Ticket.
Hog Wild will be open on the 4th of July, serving up our award-winning barbecue. Pick up a slab of slow-smoked ribs and a family pack on the way to your celebration. They come loaded with your choice of meats and sides, complete with buns and our famous Hog Wild sauce. Order online at gohogwild.com. Hog Wild Pit Barbecue, 3210 Cornhusker Highway in Lincoln.
But don't be late, we close at 8.
Hey Husker Nation, this is Todd Euler, 2-time national champion, here to talk to you about Window World Lincoln. At Window World, we specialize in replacement windows, doors, siding, and roofing. Whether you're looking to enhance the beauty of your home or increase its energy efficiency, we've got you covered. And here's the best part. We offer the best for less. Our team is dedicated to providing top quality products and exceptional service at affordable prices. We want to earn your business and make your home improvement dreams a reality. So why wait? Contact Window World Lincoln today at 464-7313 or visit our website at windowworldlincoln.com. Window World Lincoln, where quality meets affordability.
With UBT, you've got total control over your money. Like Doug, who runs his game day tailgate like a well-oiled machine.
I got burgers, brats, chicken, dogs, plus all the fixins'. And with the UBT Go app, I can track my food spending from anywhere.
Pro move.
They don't call me Grill Sergeant for nothing.
No matter your goals, UBT helps you feel good about reaching them. Union Bank and Trust, member FDIC.
Wall to Wall Wine and Spirits is your place in North Lincoln to go for all your needs in wine, spirits, and beer. They also have a large variety of cigars in their walk-in humidor, and they have a top-notch walk-in temperature-controlled high-end wine room. Plus, you can enjoy free samples from their tasting bar. There's only one place to go for all your needs for spirits and cigars. That's Wall to Wall Wine and Spirits on North 27th Street in Lincoln.
Citizen soldier and veterans of the Army National Guard, you are invited to celebrate the 3rd of July at the Roca Tavern for a free concert by Sean Cole and the Drunk Monkeys. It all starts at 8 p.m., and it's sponsored by the City Car Wash on 3rd and Main in Hickman.
Looking to upgrade your hay equipment this season? Landmark Implement has a lineup of pre-owned balers and windrowers ready to go to work. In the race against time, make sure your hay equipment is up to the task. When you buy used hay equipment from Landmark, you're backed by our extensive parts and service network, complete with mobile techs and parts drop-off points to keep you in the field. Shop all used hay equipment online at landmarkimp.com or stop by your local Landmark to experience the Landmark difference.
Are you looking to upgrade or improve the garage door on your home? This is Cameron Hall of Doors Plus. At Doors Plus, we guarantee to offer a wide selection of options from 5 leading garage door manufacturers as we deliver a free estimate, exact measurements, and rapid installation with a 3 to 5 week time frame. When you choose Doors Plus for your residential garage door needs, you'll work with our experienced technicians and be ensured that your new door seamlessly complements your home. Give us a call at 402-590-5800 or visit us online at DoorsPlusLLC.com. Doors Plus, garage doors and more.
Jack Russell of Farm Bureau Financial Services is here to help you protect things that are most important to you. Whether it's your home, your family, or your future, Jack Russell has the proven experience to get the job done while developing authentic relationships with you. Give Jack a call today at 402-421-9100. Again, that's 402-421-9100. Or visit one of his 2 locations in Lincoln or Seward and learn how you can excel in the complicated world of insurance. Jack Russell of Farm Bureau Financial Services, a trusted and well-respected representative since 1999.
Hi, I'm Asher on summer break and about to start 2nd grade. Thanks to awesome people like you who picked Aloe Fiber, they donated $193,000 to schools like mine. This summer, I'm using my fast internet to keep learning, and I can't wait to tell my teacher everything I discovered. So if you're a grown-up picking internet, choose Aloe, because Aloe chooses us, our schools, our town, and our future. Go to aloefiber.com to learn more.
Attention baseball and softball players. The Nebraska Dominators are looking to add players to their baseball and softball teams for the 2026 season. Tryouts are happening now for all age groups, ranging from 7 years old to 14 and under for baseball and 7 years old to 18 and under for softball. Visit the Nebraska Dominators Facebook page for more information today.
Since 1983, Fast Mike's Hauling has been a trusted and reliable hauling service in the community, and they have established themselves in the roll-offs industry as well. Fast Mike's Hauling can help you with everything from demolition debris, estate cleanout, yard cleanups, and so much more. They also offer dumpster rentals and flatbeds to make those bigger jobs a little bit easier. Call Fast Mike's Hauling today at 402-450-6828 or visit them online at fastmikerolloffs.com.
You're listening to Bock and the Blackshirt, on air and online at theticketfm.com.
All right, welcome back to Bock and the Blackshirt here on Window World Wednesday. Look, quick segment for us right here, but we're going to talk about the top 10 offensive players here in college football. And by the way, Bock, what you said about Jeremiah Smith?
Well, it is interesting. He'll definitely be near the top of that list, if not on top. He signed a deal with Adidas, which is interesting in that Ohio State is a Nike school. So details of the contract have not been released, but per On3, Smith is the most valuable non-quarterback in college sports, not just college football, college sports, with a $4.2 million valuation. Remember, he was also alongside Ryan Williams for the cover athlete of College Football 26. I know eventually we might talk about some of the top freshman years we've seen in college football. This has got to be one of them at the right time because he's cashing in on all these deals.
Yeah, he's one of those special kids. When you talk about other freshman receivers that probably came into the game, you have to go with guys like A.J. Green. If you remember when he was with University of Georgia, Calvin went to Georgia Tech.
Yeah, Calvin Johnson.
Megatron. You got to think about guys like that that demanded that double team after the first couple of games of the season. Now, when we talk about Jeremiah Smith, it's crazy because this kid has a 98 overall in college game day. I mean, in college football 26. When you know what a 98 is, that's like you would not stop this guy ever. And the guy right behind him has a 95, Ryan Williams, and he's an overall.
Yeah.
So, you talk about the top 2 players, non-quarterbacks in college football, it's these 2. So when you look at this thing, I can go down this list and tell you that the slowest guy, the worst overall on this list is 93. So you got your third guy, Jeremiah Love from Notre Dame, running back, 95. Might be my team if I can find me a quarterback.
He's a heck of a running back.
Jerron Tyson from Arizona State, 94, receiver.
Yeah.
Who else we got? Caden Proctor, the switcheroo man.
Yeah.
94.
Take a few bucks from Iowa, get back over to Bama. Yeah.
Spencer Fan. I think he's at what? Utah. Is this the receiver from Indiana?
No, I think that's the guard.
Tackle from is that Utah?
Yeah, I believe so.
Okay, he's a 94. Amir Reed Adams, Texas A&M, 93. Eli Stowers, 93. Francisco Newell something in Miami, 93. Isaac Brown, 93. I think the highest player we had on Nebraska was Dane Key, and he was 88 when they Bock, 87.
Yeah,
88.
and they did. I mean, it's official now. Nebraska does not have a top 100 player in the game. So hopefully that changes by year's end, because it's going to be hard to show out if you don't have a top 100 type player, somebody standing out there.
Well, I still want to get the rankings for everybody, because I would really like to know. For me playing with Nebraska, it depends the overall team, offense, defense, what Dylan Riola is, and what Emmett Johnson is, so I can figure this out. I mean, I'm not one of those guys that play with Nebraska. I do play with them, but I also play with other teams. So it's not like I'm gonna start a season with Nebraska though, and see how far I can get. I think last year my best record was like 7-3 for those 10 games. Or
I remember when you first got the game, you couldn't win for like 2 months.
Yeah, it took.
You were losing quite a bit.
That was online.
Yeah.
But when I do that other mode where you road to
play the computer.
Yeah, but when you go online, it's a different story.
It's tough. Yeah.
It's tough. I mean, my son beat me 5 times, and he never played the game before. So it's just when we play these video games, it's like when you throw it, they always intercept it for me. And now I try to start more of a rushing attack.
That's why you want to play with Notre Dame now, yeah.
Yeah, I want to start a rushing attack. I want to see if I can, run the ball, control the clock. Because I'm one of those type of players. You won't get the ball the first quarter. Not if I'm running good. And it's only 3-minute quarters, that 5 minutes, but they fly by.
Yeah, they fly.
So I'm one of those guys that can use the whole clock up on you. Are you a gamer, Euler?
Used to be.
Yeah.
I haven't done it.
What was your game of choice?
Oh, it was Madden or
yeah.
I mean,
now your son's gonna be probably in this game, so you're probably gonna have to play it, huh?
Probably might have to get. I know he'll have it. I always beat him, and he would throw his controller and quit, and and then he beat me one time, and then I quit.
Did you throw your controller too?
I did.
Yeah.
Well, yesterday I was talking about something with Bock, and I was saying I want to play Adam Carricker, and he might scare me because he might crush the whole joystick in his hand if he's losing. Just rip it to pieces and stuff. All right, when we come back, we're going to do the one-on-one with Window World Wednesday with Todd Euler and the Euler Report. Only on 93.7 The Ticket.
Hey, guys. You have heard about the Farrell's 10-Week Challenge for years on The Ticket. If you still haven't joined us for this amazing challenge, what are you waiting for? You could be our next $1,000 winner like Derek, who just lost 30 pounds, 23 inches, and 8% body fat. Derek changed his life in the 10-week challenge, and so can you. Farrell's combines kickboxing, strength training, and nutrition coaching to get you the results you have been waiting for. Join us July 12th for the Summer 10-Week Challenge. Go to fxblincoln.com to enroll today.
Saturday. Eagle Raceway is open for a full season of dirt track racing action every Saturday night. Don't miss the epic battles on the high banks of Eagle Raceway each Saturday between the Nebraska Septic Sprint Cars, Nebraska Lottery Modifieds, Avid Realty Sport Mods, Valentino's Hobby Stocks, and A1 Iron Stock Cars. Let's go racing. Eagle Raceway, just 10 miles east of Lincoln on O Street. Check out the full schedule at eagleraceway.com.
Looking to upgrade your hay equipment this season? Landmark Implement has a lineup of pre-owned balers and windrowers ready to go to work. In the race against time, make sure your hay equipment is up to the task. When you buy used hay equipment from Landmark, you're backed by our extensive parts and service network, complete with mobile techs and parts drop-off points to keep you in the field. Shop all used hay equipment online at landmarkimb.com or stop by your local Landmark to experience the Landmark difference.
Citizen soldier and veterans of the Army National Guard, you are invited to celebrate the 3rd of July at the Roca Tavern for a free concert by Sean Cole and the Drunk Monkeys. It all starts at 8 p.m., and it's sponsored by the City Car Wash on 3rd and Main in Hickman.
Go Hog Wild Pit Barbecue.
Hog Wild will be open on the 4th of July, serving up our award-winning barbecue. Pick up a slab of slow-smoked ribs and a family pack on the way to your celebration. They come loaded with your choice of meats and sides, complete with buns and our famous Hog Wild sauce. Order online at gohogwild.com. Hog Wild Pit Barbecue, 3210 Cornhusker Highway in Lincoln.
But don't be late, we close at 8.
Empire Netting and Fence delivers top-quality netting and fence solutions. From major sports venues to backyard installs and everything in between, coast to coast. We take on tough jobs with grit, integrity, and a strong commitment to safety. Empire is growing, and we're hiring motivated people ready to grow with us. We build each other up, and we're building something big. Think you've got what it takes? Apply now at empire-fence.com. That's empire-fence.com.
In today's digital world, technology works great until it doesn't. At Hamilton, we work to keep your business up and running. We are more than an IT company. We're your partner, focused on customized solutions that set you up for success now and in the future. Say goodbye to tech stress and unexpected IT costs when you hire Hamilton. Together, we help you focus on what really matters. Hamilton Business Technologies. Real people, real technology solutions. Connect with us at hamiltonisbusiness.com.
Are you looking to upgrade or improve the garage door on your home? This is Cameron Hall of Doors Plus. At Doors Plus, we guarantee to offer a wide selection of options from 5 leading garage door manufacturers as we deliver a free estimate, exact measurements, and rapid installation with a 3 to 5 week time frame. When you choose Doors Plus for your residential garage door needs, you'll work with our experienced technicians and be ensured that your new door seamlessly complements your home. Give us a call at 402-590-5800 or visit us online at DoorsPlusLLC.com. Doors Plus, garage doors and more.
Jack Russell of Farm Bureau Financial Services is here to help you protect things that are most important to you. Whether it's your home, your family, or your future, Jack Russell has the proven experience to get the job done while developing authentic relationships with you. Give Jack a call today at 402-421-9100. Again, that's 402-421-9100. Or visit one of his 2 locations in Lincoln or Seward and learn how you can excel in the complicated world of insurance. Jack Russell of Farm Bureau Financial Services, a trusted and well-respected representative since 1999.
Make bill paying a breeze with Text to Pay. LES texts you 1 week before your bill's due date. Just reply to the text to pay. It's that easy. Log into your account at les.com to sign up today.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com. On the internet. KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket. You're listening to Bock and the Blackshirt.
Terrell Farley. Defending Terrell Farley, who last week in his first start was a holy terror. Number 43.
And Jake Bockoven. On air and online at theticketfm.com. Powered by Bauer.
All right, welcome back to Bock and the Blackshirt here with Window World Wednesday with Todd Euler. Euler, what's going on?
The Euler report.
All right, let's get the Euler report down to
3 weeks post-op. So, had my back opened up at a L5S1 fusion 3 weeks ago. 3 weeks and 2 days now. And I didn't miss a workout, even though VJ wants to say that I did. I got it.
You worked out that day and the day after?
I did.
Yeah. Wow.
I haven't missed a day. I was walking and he's like giving me, heck.
Yeah.
I would tell that was the hardest walk I've ever done in my life when you're trying to get through that pain. But yeah, so back to work yesterday. Got out, did some appointments, saw some people here in Lincoln, and Window World's we're busy, and we want to help everybody with their window needs, their siding needs, their roofing needs. We do gutters, downspouts, so anything outside on your home, we want to help you take care of. Trent's back home this week. They got a week off from training, and then it's kind of full bore into, fall camp. Sounds like he gets to go to fall camp. They're taking everybody to fall camp. So excited for that. His toes healing finally.
I think the thing with him, he has to start running. I mean, it's time.
Yeah.
I mean, because when you come back,
he's running on Monday.
He wants to be healthy.
Yeah.
And have no setbacks that can really hurt him during camp.
Yeah, so Toe's feeling a lot better. He is starting running on Monday when they get back and see how it goes. So he's super excited. That linebacker room's a lot of fun, and he enjoys it a lot. So
camp dates when they start for camp.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
I try to just ask minimal questions.
I might have missed it because maybe it was on vacation when the roster limit thing kind of the grandfathered in type of thing. So what is the situation with Trent now?
Yeah, so he's grandfathered in. So he obviously, as long as the team wants him, he can stay on for another 4 years. So
okay, and that includes everybody.
Anybody is it, and it was made up to the school.
Okay,
like each school could make that decision individually, and so far, from what I know, rules keeping everybody, right? So, at least that's what my knowledge is. So yeah, and he's having a great weight room so far, but like you say, he's got to start running. He hasn't run at all since spring ball, just because of the toe. They're trying to get that toe to heal, but they feel pretty confident he can start running on Monday. But yeah, so yeah, he's here. I mean, obviously his goal is to earn a scholarship and move up, and I think he's in the right room to do that. I get tidbits here and there from him, but I had a friend that knows some people close to the program. They're like, hey, he might not know what he's doing, but he is physical. So I love hearing that. And that's Trent, man. He's not scared of contact. And he didn't know the defense. I mean, they moved him with 2 weeks left in spring ball, the linebacker, and the coach literally said, hey, I know you don't know what's going on. Just go be physical. So that's what he did, and made quite the impression on a lot of coaches and a lot of teammates. They're like, man, this kid's not scared to hit you. So,
all right. Now, we have all this bad weather in the winter. I mean, summertime here him in Nebraska. How busy are you guys at Window World?
Busy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. We like to stay busy. We keep our guys busy, but we're still, we can get from quote to install in, 8 to 10 weeks. So just so you guys all know that, fall is coming. And so, 8 to 10 weeks from the time that you call us, we get out there, we get a bid, we get a quote, we get a contract. We, takes time. Right. So, then winter comes and you're like, oh, now you're calling us in winter. When you wanted it, now, you're calling us middle of November, and we're not installing these things until, January, right? Like you're missing that whole December. So the energy efficiency, it's crazy, the difference. And people are like, oh, my energy bill isn't that high. Put new windows in. I mean, it's going to cut it by, minimum of 20%. So if your bill's $200 a month, that's $40 a month. Over the course of the time that you live in a house, a lot of people, 10 years,
at
$40 a month,
that
adds up. So, it's pretty, and that's minimum. We've seen 50%, right? 50% reduction in your heating and in air conditioning. I was literally in a house yesterday, sitting right by the window, and the sun is just absolutely baking me. Because they got really old, cheap windows in. And I'm like, you sit in front of ours, you don't even feel the sun because we got the low E film that now it lets the light in, but it reflects the heat, right? So it's the technology with the windows today is just, it's crazy how energy efficient they are. And you don't have to pay an arm and a leg, right? Like we come out, we give you our best deal every time. And it's usually significantly lower than most places. And then we stand behind them. We have the best warranty in the industry, good housekeeping, seal of approval, which we're the only company that has that in the window business. So a lot of good things. And then we really believe in, great causes. St. Jude, Window World Corporation itself has given over $16 million to St. Jude. So, not only do we do good business, but we do good in the communities and stuff like that. So, so it makes Window World different, right? So,
but of course, we went out there for a broadcast for the showroom. How's that been going? It was beautiful out there. There's a lot of different options. I think people sometimes just feel, that there's not a whole lot to pick from.
Yeah, we got a lot of stuff to pick from. So yeah, we can really do anything. The showroom is awesome. We get, obviously people see it now. Like we get more walk-in traffic. People are like, oh, I didn't even know you were here. So it's been great having the new showroom, and then just being able to bring people in and demonstrate the product and how it works has been really good for us too. So yeah, it's been really good out there. Trying to we're filling up the warehouse. Did you go back in the warehouse? Did you go back?
I don't think I did go back to the warehouse.
Like the warehouse was pretty empty when we moved over there. Now, like I was just out there yesterday, and I'm like, man, we got a lot of windows in here. We got to install. So we've in summer is typically our busiest time just because it's good weather to get a lot done. And when it gets cold in the winter, our guys move a little bit slower. So we don't install as many. Plus, people just they don't want a window out of their house for the couple hours it might take. But yeah, it's been really good. Really love the experience of going out, meeting people in Lincoln and the surrounding communities. Yeah, I've been to York. I've been to Beatrice. I've been all over the place. I was out in Adams yesterday. Just meeting the people. Like the guy out in Adams, I won't say his last name, but Joe is his first name. He had back surgery from my surgeon's grandfather.
Oh my goodness! Wow,
crazy! Like what a small world.
Your surgeon pretty young?
Yeah, he's younger. Yeah.
Did you have surgery in Lincoln?
Yeah, I had it in Lincoln.
Okay.
Yep. So at Bryan, and honestly, I've had a lot of surgeries. It was a great experience there. So shout out to Bryan and their neurosurgical unit there, floor 6. They did a great job, and honestly, I've had 2 microdiscectomies. I feel better now at 3 weeks than I did with those microdiscectomies, which were supposed to be less invasive and stuff like that. But I don't know. Feel great. Walking 2 miles a day.
How much weight you lose?
About the same.
Yeah.
So been eating a lot of ice cream to help with the pain. 'Cause I don't take the pain meds. I took them for 2 days, and I just hate the way they make me feel.
Yeah.
So dealt with a lot of pain the first 2 weeks. I'll tell you what, like, it's a real deal when they cut. I showed you guys the scar.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a significant scar, and Dr. Gogella was like, man, you got a lot of back muscle. I don't typically have to cut through that much muscle. Because that's going to be tender for a while. It's still pretty tender, even 3 weeks out. But, he's like, man, that's the most muscle I've ever had.
What's his name? Dr. what?
Gogella.
Oh, yeah. Eric. I think Eric had the same doctor because he said he typed it too.
Yeah. Good dude. Really. Yeah. And like I said, going out and doing a window job, and, I'm wearing my brace. He's like, what happened to you? Back surgery. Oh, who's your surgeon? Gogella. And he's like, he did mine too, way back when. I'm like, he's not old enough to do that. And so then kind of researched, it was actually his grandpa.
Yeah.
Who did it. So
the more muscle you have, by the way, it's going to be tougher recovery.
It's all got to come back to, I mean, they cut you in half basically right down my spinal column, and that stuff's got to kind of come back together. You pull the muscle, right? I don't know if I tore my hamstring playing flag football. The last year I played flag football, we were going for 4 in a row, Norfolk, city championships. We'd won 3 in a row. We were going for 4 in a row, and I tore my hamstring in the championship game, and we lost. And that thing, I mean, black and blue from my cheek down to my ankle. And I walked with a limp for 9 weeks.
Wow.
And so, I mean, it's literally, they just cut through it. It's no different than tearing a hamstring. They just cut right through that back muscle.
Yeah. I missed 16 weeks.
Yeah.
I was on injured reserve for 16 weeks in Canada because of my hamstring. I popped it.
Yeah,
I tore the whole.
Tore it in half.
Yeah, I thought somebody shot me.
Oh yeah,
I was on the field running, Bock, and they think, and I fell on the ground. And I crawled off the field. Like they had
Right.
they like, no, just stay on no, it hurts.
Yeah.
I want to get off this. And like I
Probably.
started off with crutches, and then I ended
Probably
up,
a lot of bruising, right?
yeah. I mean, you can't see my bruising, obviously, but yeah, it was
You
a lot.
see mine. Mine was bad, deep purple.
Yeah.
From
Worst feeling that was my only injury I ever had, but it was the worst feeling that you can't sleep right, you can't sit right,
can't walk right.
you can't walk right. I went to the bar that night. I had to sit in the highest chair they had with my leg just hanging off like this, because I was in pain.
Yeah, no.
Non-contact injury for both of you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was in a game, Bock.
Well, yeah, but I mean, you were just running down the field.
Well, I was changing gears. You know how you try to.
The quarterback was coming this way, and I was going to get him, and he stopped and cut back on me, and I stopped to cut back with him, and it was gone. And just like I thought I got shot.
Yeah.
Like,
it was like, Ricky! The next thing you know, you fall on the ground. That was it.
That was it. That was that. Yep. They just grabbed me by both arms. My older brother was on the team with me, and he just dragged me off to the sideline, and they finished the game.
Well, it's even worse when you lose, right? Yeah.
And it was bad for me because Canada don't have the type of, they probably do now, but probably back in the early 2000s, they didn't have a really like a team doctor like in college. It was like a walk-in clinic type of doctor.
Volunteer guy.
Yeah, it wasn't up to par. It was very terrible.
This guy went to med school in the Bahamas.
Yeah. Like he worked at the grocery store at night. He was a stalker at night, but he was a doctor in the morning time. So it didn't go right.
You can YouTube anything these days, right? Well, I did want to ask you too, as far as putting the windows in. I don't know how many. Did you do installs before at all?
Do I?
Yeah.
No.
Have you ever tried one?
Nope.
Yeah.
No. I'm too old.
Yeah, I was gonna say the injury would definitely get in the way of that, but that would be be difficult.
We kind of got a family business, right? My brother Tom owns it. My nephew Paul is the install kind of supervisor, and then he orders all the windows. And then Trent's been helping this summer when he can go over and unload trucks. I do a lot of the marketing, and then I do sales. And we're putting 22 windows in this house, and I can't wait for the before and after pictures. It's the coolest windows that I've sold, and it's the house that I got to sell. And it's going to be really, really sharp when we get those before and after pictures, because they had white windows with the colonial grids, and we went to black exterior windows with one cool little grid. And he called me the first day. He's like, "Hey, they got the first 4 in, and they're huge windows." And he's like, "Man, it looks so cool." And he goes, and it actually feels bigger inside the house because you don't have all those grids, but you still got this cool look. So it's so fun what you can do with windows. And obviously it gets a little pricier when you start doing those things, but these are going to be good for 25, 30 years. Like I installed Window World windows in my first house in 1999, and they're still in there and still doing great. I'm not living in that house anymore, but there's the same windows, and they just perform for a long time. And I can't imagine. I mean, the technology from 99 to now has even gotten better. So it's pretty cool. And knowing that those are going to be there for a long time, it's really cool.
All right. Have you seen the Window World in Omaha?
Mm-hmm.
It's not as shabby as y'all building.
Yeah.
I forgot what road it was, but I actually passed by it, and I looked and I thought about you, Window World. I said, "Hey, it's a Window World in Omaha."
Yeah,
and I passed right by it.
So there's they're individually owned, and so Tommy does own Sioux Falls as well. So so he owns that one in Lincoln, but he spends the majority of his time. He's got a business partner that is up in Sioux Falls. But yeah, they're locally owned. You have your area that you get to cover. Like I can't go to Omaha and sell windows.
Yeah.
Right. Because they have that.
How far is your how far can you go?
Good question. I just had that map the other day. Like we get counties, and I can't tell you exactly.
So you probably can't go no farther than Greenwood somewhere.
Yeah, something like that. And then we go all the way out to like Geneva, York, that far out. We can go south as far as we want.
Scotts Bluff, that area.
Yeah, no, that's
too far.
Yeah. So there's Omaha, there's Columbus, there's Norfolk, Lincoln, and Grand Island. As far as I know, Window World's in, those 5 franchises that cover, 70% of the state. I don't know what happens out in the western side. I mean, Grand Island isn't that far out. I mean, my brother Tony lives in Sydney. That's out there. He's in a different time zone. Right?
Yeah.
So I don't know what, probably a lot of mom and pop shops out there that do it.
Yeah. I just imagine you guys had like Window World battles where you get right by the line and say, hey, this is our area.
There's enough business for everybody, so I don't think we have any of that.
All right, well, it sounded good in my mind.
So like my aunt lives in Kearney, and so I just called the Grand Island people and say, hey, my aunt wants me to come do this. And they're like, yeah, absolutely. Now they supply it and all that stuff, and they install it. I just get the little commission off the thing instead of their sales guy.
Yeah.
So yeah, and really, they're all great dudes.
Yeah.
All the owners are awesome. So, and obviously I've known the Norfolk people my whole life. Angie and her mom and her brother up there run the Norfolk one. They do a great job up there, and they actually own Sioux City and Columbus as well. So they got 3 areas that they cover. They do a great job. So yeah, it's fun. And then I got to go to like a Window World family reunion Tommy sent me because, crazy. It was really cool to see all the different, like the big market people, and we're little market, compared to some of these pretty big markets, and it was just fun to see all the different people involved with Window World. And Window World corporate installs more windows in the United States than the 2 top competitors put together.
Wow.
Who's that? Pella and
Anderson.
Yeah, you didn't know I knew that, did you?
And
hey, don't shut them out.
So the reason we don't charge the prices they charge is because we have such a high amount of windows that we sell that we get that discount, and instead of us pocketing that money, which we could do, we pass it on to the consumer. So a lot of times our competitors will say, well, if they're that cheap, are they really that good with windows? Yeah, they are. We're just passing the discount on to these guys because we get such a huge volume discount because we're part of, a company that sells more windows than the next top 2 competitors.
If you sent somebody, like if you gave Kansas City some work, would they give you commission?
Yeah.
All right. Custer says, I'm here in Kansas City. My windows are terrible.
Let's go. Yeah.
Tell them to hit Window World and Kansas City and say, Todd Euler sent you.
Absolutely.
All right, we're going to break right here on Bock and the Black Shirt. This is Window World Wednesday here on 93.7 The Ticket.
Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits is your place in North Lincoln to go for all your needs in wine, spirits, and beer. They also have a large variety of cigars in their walk-in humidor, and they have a top-notch walk-in temperature-controlled high-end wine room. Plus, you can enjoy free samples from their tasting bar. There's only one place to go for all your needs for spirits and cigars. That's Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits on North 27th Street in Lincoln.
An award-winning softball season deserves a celebration. Don't miss your chance to congratulate Jordy Ball in person. Join the team at Midwest Bank for a special meet and greet on July 16th at their Jamie Lane location as they recognize her incredible achievements. Bring your friends, your team spirit, and your favorite gear for Jordy to sign, and it all kicks off at 4 p.m. They can't wait to see you there. Get all the details at midwest.bank. Midwest Bank, member FDIC.
Advanced Medical Imaging is the largest radiology group in Nebraska, located in Lincoln at 7601 Pioneers Boulevard. At Advanced Medical Imaging, they utilize state-of-the-art technology and blend it together with their compassionate, skilled team to guide you through every step. Whether it's an MRI, CT scan, or X-ray, their precise diagnostics help your doctor deliver the best care plan for you. Choose clarity and comfort in your life by choosing Advanced Medical Imaging, located at 7601 Pioneers Boulevard and online at amimaging.com.
Attention baseball and softball players. The Nebraska Dominators are looking to add players to their baseball and softball teams for the 2026 season. Tryouts are happening now for all age groups, ranging from 7 years old to 14 and under for baseball and 7 years old to 18 and under for softball. Visit the Nebraska Dominators Facebook page for more information today.
Are you ready for a new opportunity? Check out Sandhills Global. Join a dynamic team where your skills are valued and your career can soar. We offer full-time positions with a 4.5-day work week, competitive pay, excellent benefits, and a positive work environment. From IT and marketing to sales and finance, we're looking for talented individuals just like you. Apply today at sandhills.jobs and take the first step towards an exciting future. That's sandhills.jobs. Don't wait, apply now.
Select Plumbing and Utility has been serving Lincoln and the surrounding area for 14 years, and they're not slowing down. Select Plumbing and Utility handles all your plumbing needs, from faucets and water heaters to full renovations, and they can even help with your heating and cooling needs. They're also Lincoln's underground experts, repairing and replacing broken underground water and sewer lines since day one. Contact Select Plumbing and Utility today at 402-560-6197, assuring excellence in every situation, opportunity, and challenge. That's 402-560-6197.
Jack Russell of Farm Bureau Financial Services is here to help you protect things that are most important to you. Whether it's your home, your family, or your future, Jack Russell has the proven experience to get the job done while developing authentic relationships with you. Give Jack a call today at 402-421-9100. Again, that's 402-421-9100. Or visit one of his 2 locations in Lincoln or Seward and learn how you can excel in the complicated world of insurance. Jack Russell of Farm Bureau Financial Services, a trusted and well-respected representative since 1999.
Looking to upgrade your hay equipment this season? Landmark Implement has a lineup of pre-owned balers and windrowers ready to go to work. In the race against time, make sure your hay equipment is up to the task. When you buy used hay equipment from Landmark, you're backed by our extensive parts and service network, complete with mobile techs and parts drop-off points to keep you in the field. Shop all used hay equipment online at landmarkimp.com or stop by your local Landmark to experience the Landmark difference.
Since 1983, Fast Mike's Hauling has been a trusted and reliable hauling service in the community, and they have established themselves in the roll-off industry as well. Fast Mike's Hauling can help you with everything from demolition debris, estate cleanout, yard cleanups, and so much more. They also offer dumpster rentals and flatbeds to make those bigger jobs a little bit easier. Call Fast Mike's Hauling today at 402-450-6828 or visit them online at fastmikeroll-offs.com.
Attorney CPA Joe Cordell.
Hopefully you and I agree that you should do everything you can to save your marriage. Divorce is hard, expensive, and its outcome is usually not all you hope for. However, when doing everything has failed, when divorce remains as your last option, consider Cordell & Cordell as your first choice to help you through the divorce process to a better place on the other side. We've been a partner men can count on for more than 30 years. Let us be that partner for you.
The attorneys at Cordell & Cordell work to help men maximize their role in their children's lives. Schedule an appointment with one of Cordell & Cordell's Lincoln area attorneys, a partner men can count on. 402-858-3220. That's 402-858-3220. Online at CordellCordell.com. That's CordellCordell.com. Office in downtown Lincoln. 1221 N Street, Suite 801, Lincoln, Nebraska 68508.
93.7 The Ticket is proud to provide listeners with daily opportunities to win contests and prizes on our airwaves, and would like to take this opportunity to remind you of a couple rules. All participants must be 21 or older and must wait 30 days after winning a prize to participate in another contest. Once you win, you have 30 days to pick up your prize at the KNTK Studios, 1040 O Street in Lincoln, or your prize will be forfeited. Thank you for participating in our contests, and thank you for listening to 93.7 The Ticket.
Empire Netting and Fence delivers top quality netting and fence solutions. From major sports venues to backyard installs and everything in between, coast to coast. We take on tough jobs with grit, integrity, and a strong commitment to safety. Empire is growing, and we're hiring motivated people ready to grow with us. We build each other up, and we're building something big. Think you've got what it takes? Apply now at empire-fence.com. That's empire-fence.com.
Citizen soldier and veterans of the Army National Guard, you are invited to celebrate the 3rd of July at the Roca Tavern for a free concert by Sean Cole and the Drunk Monkeys. It all starts at 8 p.m. and it's sponsored by the City Car Wash on 3rd and Main in Hickman.
You're listening to Bock and the Blackshirt, on air and online at theticketfm.com.
Welcome back to Bock and the Blackshirt here on 93.7 The Ticket. It is Window World Wednesday. Now, guys, hold on. I want to read some of these texts out to you, Euler, because they're mostly about you. Eric says, when can I get Todd over my house? With a question mark.
Give us a call. We'll set up a meeting.
All right. Old Dad 34 said, Todd, did you put the windows up in Newcastle?
No.
You didn't?
Can you?
Can I do it? Can I put them up in Newcastle?
Yeah.
I can probably get you a quote on it, and Window World of Norfolk would do it. Yep.
All right.
Get him some commission. Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah.
All right. Gus Mohawk says, will the ticket be in KC for the game? I heard the venue's perfect for tailgating. Also heard it's sold out, with majority of the Huskers fans attending. I know Euler has been to Arrowhead quite a bit. What do you expect that atmosphere to be like? Do any of you guys attend the other 2 times Nebraska played in Arrowhead, 98 and 06?
Yep. I was there in 06 and in 98, I believe. Yep.
Oh, wow.
The 06 was against Oklahoma, right?
Yeah.
And we started out with the pick 6, and it was the coldest game in Arrowhead Stadium history that I've ever been to. Anyway, it was so cold.
Yeah.
So the atmosphere wasn't great for that. Plus, we got our butts kicked.
That was Big 12, wasn't it?
Yeah, Big 12 championship. Yeah. 98. I didn't go to the one in 98, I don't think, in Arrowhead.
Oklahoma State, I think, in 98.
No, I must not have. But I've been to Arrowhead a lot. I was a Chiefs season ticket holder for 10 years. I didn't go to a lot of the games, but I've been to enough. I think being the first game of the year and knowing Nebraska fans and how they travel already, and it's going to be loud.
2.5 hours. That ain't nothing.
No, it's going to be so loud. Like, Arrowhead is loud. Like, I was there when they broke the decibel record. I think it was against the Patriots. At least that's one of the times that it was broke. I don't know if it's been broke since, but I know I was there when we set a record. So loud. And I think Husker fans, we gotta call them out. Like, can we break that record of decibels in Arrowhead? And I think we can. I expect it to be super loud. I expect it to be mostly Nebraska fans, since it's, like you said, 2.5 hours away. It's going to be awesome to start the season that way. The tailgating is absolutely amazing there. I mean, huge parking lots.
Yeah.
I mean, unlike Lincoln, where it's, and don't get me wrong, I love the tailgating in Lincoln. It's just so spread out, right? Like, this is, there's, rows that go on that's tailgating, right? So it'll be a great time for Husker fans, and make sure you get down there. If anything, just go tailgate.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's be there for that, and watch it on TV out in the parking lot if you don't have a ticket, and be loud in the parking lot for the Huskers, because we got to start the year off right and beat the Kelsey's brothers teams, and so that our Bussin' with the Boys get the one up on the New Heights guys. So
now there's 76,000 can fit into Arrowhead Stadium. Not all that much different than, a little bit less than Memorial Stadium, obviously. But I mean, you got to figure. I would figure 71,000. That's going to be Husker fans.
Obviously Cincinnati's probably going to be allotted so many tickets.
For sure.
So I would guess that I would say.
I bet
we're over 50.
50.
Yeah.
50.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I bet there'll be 50,000 Husker fans. So, and it's just, if you haven't been to, have you been to Arrowhead?
Not yet. No.
You've been there. I mean,
AFC Championship.
Goes straight up, and I mean, it's madness. They've really done a lot of good upgrades to it, and I think we've got 6 tickets plus Trent's tickets. Hopefully, if he's, I don't know how the travel's going to go.
Yeah.
Are they going to take everybody to this game? I don't
guess
know.
105, you should take the whole team, but that'll be a big plane.
Yeah. I don't know if they'll fly there.
I don't think you take the whole. Well,
We drove to Kansas.
Yeah,
once,
we did drive to Kansas. Yeah.
So
we drove to K-State too.
Yeah. So I don't think they'll fly. I think they'll take a bus.
Now, I was listening to a podcast the other day, and the only reason I want to bring this up because of your guy in Kansas City.
Travis Kelce.
No.
Patty Mahomes.
Patty
Patrick
Mahomes.
Mahomes, okay.
I was listening to a podcast the other day, and it said that Tom Brady said that if he feared one person that can break his championship record run in rings, it could be Patty Mahomes. And I kind of said, nah, he it's too many. It's too many. And I said no.
So yeah, so Patrick's got 2, right? He's been to 4, and he's still pretty young, right? As far as compared to will he play as long as Tom Brady?
I don't know.
I mean, nobody's ever played as long as Tom Brady,
and
right?
that was my question because I said he's probably got 10 years left.
Yeah. So
But he's got 3 though, right? He's got 3 championships.
2. So he does have 3.
Yeah.
They won 1, lost 1, then won 2 in a row, and then lost. So he's
20,
actually been in
20,
5.
23. Yeah.
He's been in 5 with 3 championships. So what's Brady got?
7.
He's got 7.
7, and he's been to 10.
Yeah, I mean, it'd be hard to catch up, especially the ones Brady's been to.
I mean, he's only got to get 5 more in the next 10, so it's every other year.
You only got to win 5 more Super Bowls.
You got to think about you have teams like I'm just saying. I probably think Lamar Jackson would probably end up winning one.
You're gonna win in the playoffs at some point, I would guess.
What's the quarterback from Buffalo?
Buffalo, yeah.
They're probably going to win one. If you look
Cincinnati.
at Joe Burrow, probably going to win one. Jaden Daniels probably going to win one at Washington. So it's hard. It's especially and here's the thing that I like what they said because Chris Jones, the leader of their defense, he probably got 3 years left in the league. So you got to find another Chris Jones because the defense has been carrying the offense mostly
the last 2 years.
Last 2 years in Kansas City. So you really have to think about that part is how long can Chris Jones play over there and how long can that defense help that offense out? And plus all the up and newcoming teams, Detroit, Green Bay.
You know what I think is so crazy about the NFL is like Patrick Mahomes comes out, he's got this sidearm stuff, he's and nobody can stop him, and now it's the NFL. They all figure it out, right? Like defensive coordinators are really, really smart. They get paid a lot of money. They bring in the right people to stop him, right? And that stuff, what worked 5 years ago doesn't work anymore on offense.
Yeah.
Because they figure it out. Like there's enough film. And it's their job to stop him, right? Like if you can't stop him, you get fired. And they still go to the Super Bowl. Yeah, the Eagles kind of took it to them. But at the end of the day, that they catch up with all of those patterns, right? Like the longer you play in the NFL at quarterback, the more patterns you have. And I think what separated Tom Brady was even if they had him figured out, he could put it in a spot, that no other quarterback even knew was available, right? Like he just had something different. And I don't think Patrick Mahomes eclipses Tom Brady.
No, and because you got guys like Travis Kelce, probably a year or 2 away from retiring.
I was surprised he came back this year, but he looks good.
Yeah, I mean, he didn't have that up year like he used to do, but he's so clutch in the playoffs that he's that guy. I mean, that's the thing. Like, how much can that offense take? I mean, it seems like it's slowing down a step every year. So hopefully the defense can carry him this year. Todd said, Brad from Baldwin said, ask Todd if all the seats are stadium seats in Arrowhead.
Yes.
All right.
Yep, they're all
chairbacks.
Yep.
Get nice and comfy.
Gus Mohawk said, I hope they do take the bus.
They'll take a bus.
Custer says the Steelers are winning this year. Steelers had a great trade this year. Great. They had a great trade.
Steelers.
They got a great. You have to watch out for their defense.
Yeah, well, they've always had a great defense.
Well, they got Jalen Ramsey now, and who is that? Darius Slay.
Yeah.
Joey Porter Jr. Some people say I was listening to a podcast. I listen to a lot of football podcasts. Bock, they say they was thinking about moving Jalen Ramsey to safety.
I would think somebody should probably move to safety to get them all 3 on the field.
Yeah.
unless you're going to run nickel,
unless when you
80%
play
of the time.
teams like Buffalo, I mean, unless you're gonna wear a 3-3-5.
Yeah.
That's the only way you're gonna be able to have those three corners out there. One side, one on the inside slot, and then the other two on the outside. That's the only way you think about it. I mean, running a 3-3-5, and I think that's what they usually run a 3-4 at Buffalo. I mean, at Pittsburgh though.
They've been 3-4 for a long time.
All that Swifty synergy.
Could do without that.
Like the Taylor. I love Taylor Swift hanging around. By the way, Patrick Mahomes 17-4 record in the postseason this deep into his career. That's incredible.
Pretty good.
Yeah, not too bad. And also you look at his touchdown interception ratio, 46-10. That's like 5-1.
And 2 of those losses were in the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
I mean,
not too bad.
Yeah, not too bad at all.
So he's going to have a chance at it. It's going to be interesting.
I think he'll have a chance. I just don't see him eclipsing Brady, and I could be wrong.
Well, we need to know what does 40-year-old Patrick Mahomes look like, because that's really the greatness of Tom Brady is that you're going to lose arm strength.
Better.
Yeah.
Like,
and the game, I mean, it kind of evolved around him to help him in that case, kind of short, get the ball out and sort of stuff. But yeah, when your physical skills decline a little bit, like, and Patrick Mahomes obviously relies a lot on physical skills.
Yes.
Are you able to age well? And a lot of quarterbacks over the last decade have, and I wouldn't expect that's going to leave anytime soon. So, but every individual, it's not like every quarterback has been able to master that.
Yeah, it'll be an interesting next 10 years for Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs. And I mean, how long is Andy Reid's going to stay around? I mean, he's not, granted, he's not a spring chicken either, but
because he was in Green Bay when I was in Green Bay, and that was 30 years ago, almost like 26 years ago or something like that.
Yeah.
So 28 years ago.
And I really think that's the genius of it is Andy Reid, right? And being able to have a quarterback that they get each other. I think that's helped a lot.
Who's your favorite non-Patrick Mahomes Chiefs quarterback? Because I love talking to the Chiefs fans that don't even know who Alex Smith is. It's like, they just jumped on board right when Patrick Mahomes came in. And that's easy to do. And I understand why, that's the winning teams, kids are drawn to them, or when you're first getting into football. But it was quite a journey to get to Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah, I would say so. Like, I was a Raiders fan because of Marcus Allen, and he got traded to Kansas City to end his career, and so did Joe Montana.
Yeah, right.
So that's how I became a Chiefs. So Joe Montana is still my favorite.
Oh, okay, yeah, sure.
He didn't do anything here because we were bad. But so yeah, Joe Montana, Marcus Allen, probably my 2 favorite. Christian Okoye is definitely my favorite Chief of all time, the Nigerian Nightmare.
Except with Steve Atwater knocked him back, huh?
Yeah, I guess.
Everybody
takes a shot.
Who is KC Wolf? He's retiring.
Yeah, I seen that too.
After 35 years.
35 years.
Yeah. Dan Myers is the guy inside of it.
30. How old is that guy? Is he like?
I don't know.
Man, he pretty active for.
Is he? Are they passing it on? Is there still going to be somebody? Yeah,
it's just the guy that has been him. He's been that guy for 35 years. When I read that, I was like, "How?"
I looked this up.
I think 60 years old.
I think these team mascots make a lot of money. Like,
I'm sure they do. Yeah,
I know the baseball guys do.
Well, did you watch any of the Dallas Cowboys thing?
No.
Cheerleaders thing. Have the new season?
I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
Well, and I was interested in a girl that my daughter danced with in grade school was like one of the main people of the first season.
Okay.
And she's from Norfolk, Nebraska, originally moved to Omaha and then ended up being a Scarlet at Nebraska and was a Dallas Cowboy cheerleader for 5 years. So she was one of the main characters last year. So they did a second one. They were paying these girls $500 a game for the cheerleaders, and they got a 400% increase after they kind of went in and said, like, we can't, like,
cheerleaders are the opposite. Like,
so how much they make now?
They didn't make all that much.
Probably $2,000 a game, and there's 10 home games, so they make $20,000 a year.
That's good.
It's good, yeah, but it's not necessarily
not life.
You can't just be
Well, you have to accommodate your life with doing something else.
Yeah,
I mean,
they all do.
it's like me. Like I got radio, but I still have two, 3 other jobs that I do just because I like. You know what I'm saying? Not saying I have to, but I do have to get out and still work because.
So I would be really interested in how much the mascots actually make, knowing that the cheerleaders were making $500 a game. You know,
but I know I've heard some like water. I don't want to call them water boys, but water providers make like. They don't have to go out and get another job. So
Really?
it's just I think it depends on what.
But they're also
role
there
you fill.
probably for practice.
Sure.
You know what I mean? They're the time. Don't get me wrong. I think the cheerleaders' time commitment is probably significant.
Yeah.
To watch what they do and knowing my daughters danced and what it took, but those guys have to be there from 9 a.m. until whatever. 6-7 days a week.
But it's funny because when you think about like mascots, we usually think about college, right? And so a college kid in there, that makes a lot of sense. To think about somebody who's like,
like 60 years old,
60-year-old inside the mascot, that's
right.
kind of silly.
Yeah, right.
But if you made good money or had fun doing it, why quit?
Well, that's who they were.
Yeah.
So I would be interested to see how old this guy really is.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, if he did it for 35 years and he started when he was 20, he's 55.
Yeah.
Which I'm 50, you're 50, right? Are you 50 yet?
No, not yet.
You're still
Don't give it to me yet.
I'm 50. And don't get me wrong, I don't think he does crazy backflips and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Well, the highest paid mascot,
there we go.
Rocky the Mountain Lion. He's the NBA highest paid
from Denver
mascot. Yeah. I'm in the wrong profession. I am. $600,000 a year. Oh my God. We'll be right back. 93.7 ticket.
Are you ready for a new opportunity? Check out Sandhills Global. Join a dynamic team where your skills are valued and your career can soar. We offer full-time positions with a 4.5-day work week, competitive pay, excellent benefits, and a positive work environment. From IT and marketing to sales and finance, we're looking for talented individuals just like you. Apply today at sandhills.jobs and take the first step towards an exciting future. That's sandhills.jobs. Don't wait, apply now.
At Parkview Animal Hospital in Lincoln, it's not just their professional care that sets them apart, but their warm staff and state-of-the-art facilities. Whether it's for a routine checkup or a comprehensive medical procedure, at Parkview, your pet isn't just another number, but a valued member of their caring family. Visit them at pahlincoln.com today and in person just south of 14th and Pine Lake Road. Parkview Animal Hospital, your pet, their passion for happier, healthier, furry friends.
Empire Netting and Fence delivers top quality netting and fence solutions. From major sports venues to backyard installs and everything in between, coast to coast. We take on tough jobs with grit, integrity, and a strong commitment to safety. Empire is growing, and we're hiring motivated people ready to grow with us. We build each other up, and we're building something big. Think you've got what it takes? Apply now at empire-fence.com. That's empire-fence.com.
It's never too late to start protecting your company's data from cyber attacks. Your customers put their trust in you to keep their information safe from online threats. Don't let them down. Partner with Hamilton Business Technologies to get real-time threat monitoring, advanced security protocols, and experts who monitor it all for you. We care about the success of your business and the communities you serve. Hamilton Business Technologies. Real people, real technology solutions. Connect with us at hamiltonisbusiness.com.
An award-winning softball season deserves a celebration. Don't miss your chance to congratulate Jordy Ball in person. Join the team at Midwest Bank for a special meet and greet on July 16th at their Jamie Lane location as they recognize her incredible achievements. Bring your friends, your team spirit, and your favorite gear for Jordy to sign, and it all kicks off at 4 p.m. They can't wait to see you there. Get all the details at midwest.bank. Midwest Bank, member FDIC.
Make bill paying a breeze with Text to Pay. LES texts you 1 week before your bill's due date. Just reply to the text to pay. It's that easy. Log into your account at les.com to sign up today.
Select Plumbing and Utility has been serving Lincoln and the surrounding area for 14 years, and they're not slowing down. Select Plumbing and Utility handles all your plumbing needs, from faucets and water heaters to full renovations, and they can even help with your heating and cooling needs. They're also Lincoln's underground experts, repairing and replacing broken underground water and sewer lines since day one. Contact Select Plumbing and Utility today at 402-560-6197, assuring excellence in every situation, opportunity, and challenge. That's 402-560-6197.
We interrupt this commercial break for an important story.
There once was a man from Nebraska who went searching for food in Alaska. When his stomach was rumbling while laying in bed, he could think of only one option: Führer's cheese spread. So he left at once and drove day and night to return back home for cheese spread delight. Now his stomach is full and the voice in his head tells him no more vacations without Führer's cheese spread. Find yours today at most local grocers.
Jack Russell of Farm Bureau Financial Services is here to help you protect things that are most important to you. Whether it's your home, your family, or your future, Jack Russell has the proven experience to get the job done while developing authentic relationships with you. Give Jack a call today at 402-421-9100. Again, that's 402-421-9100. Or visit one of his 2 locations in Lincoln or Seward and learn how you can excel in the complicated world of insurance. Jack Russell of Farm Bureau Financial Services, a trusted and well-respected representative since 1999.
Looking to upgrade your hay equipment this season? Landmark Implement has a lineup of pre-owned balers and windrowers ready to go to work. In the race against time, make sure your hay equipment is up to the task. When you buy used hay equipment from Landmark, you're backed by our extensive parts and service network, complete with mobile techs and parts drop-off points to keep you in the field. Shop all used hay equipment online at landmarkimp.com or stop by your local Landmark to experience the Landmark difference.
Hey, it's Jake Sorensen. Join us for early break this Thursday from 6 to 9 a.m. at the brand new Residence Inn at 9th and R in the Haymarket. We'll showcase the brand new hotel and preview its grand opening. That's early break this Thursday from 6 to 9 a.m. at the Residence Inn at 9th and R in the Haymarket. Are you looking for an exciting new way to put your skills to work? Explore new career options in the fintech industry at Currency, a Sandhills Global company. We offer full-time positions in financial sales, compliance, operations, and other fields. We also offer a 4.5-day work week, an attractive benefits package, and opportunities for advancement. Put your motivation to work and grow with us at Currency. Visit gocurrency.com/careers to learn more.
You're listening to Bock and the Blackshirt, on air and online at theticketfm.com.
All right, welcome back to Bock and the Blackshirt here on Window World Wednesday on 93.7 The Ticket. Now, we was having this crazy conversation about the highest mascot paying, and it was Rocky the mountain lion, $625,000 a year. They say that's $52,000 a month.
Yeah.
For the time he's, I don't know if they break it down for the season or however they break it down. But number 2 is Harry the Hulk. Maybe I need to move down to Atlanta and try out for that. $600,000 a year.
All right.
Benny the Bull, the Chicago Bulls mascot, makes $400,000 a year. Wally the Green Monster. You know who that is?
Yeah, the Green Monster.
Boston,
yeah. $250,000. Go the Gorilla. You know who that is?
The Phoenix Suns?
$200,000. That's crazy.
Now, some of these guys actually, with some of these mascots, they do stunts. Like they're flipping over backwards and stuff. So that makes a little more
crazy stuff.
And I don't know. I'm assuming they're booked.
Does it have the
birthday parties?
Have the Casey Wolf guy?
No, it's I got to look at it.
Not down there at $10,000 a year.
Well,
and he did it for 35
the NFL
years.
mascots. Let me see. I'm on it. Let me find it. They take you through a lot. Except that.
You guys know what the Steelers mascot's name is? I just learned this.
I have no idea.
Steely McBeam.
All right. The highest paid mascot is probably the Dallas Cowboys Rowdy and the New England Patriots Pat Patriot, who are both said earn around $65,000 a year.
Yeah, I didn't think they made that much.
So, yeah, they don't make that much. No, some say no. Okay, Rowdy's the Dallas Cowboys, 65. New England Patriots, 65. San Francisco, he makes 60. Toro, Houston makes 60. Most of them in the 60,000, but that is good. I won't work. If I made $50,000 a day, I won't even
10
work.
home games?
Yep. And they probably go on the road. Freddie Falcon, 50.
They don't go on the road. You're not gonna
Victor
I guess
makes 50. Sir Purr from Kansas City. I mean, not Kansas City, but from Carolina Panthers. He makes 50. Blue from the Indiana Colts makes 50. Blitz, Seattle Seahawks makes 50. Steely McBean.
Steely McBean.
60. What
That's
a
a
name
great
right
name,
there. This stuff right here is hilarious, man. It's funny. Yeah, but that's probably it right there. And everybody's talking about, like, I need to go try out for Rocky, though.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, $625,000 a year.
It's just crazy.
Yeah, that's a lot of money.
I was looking into the Cincinnati Bearcats. So they had a live, I don't know if it's a Bearcat necessarily, but a mascot that they brought in named Lucille, and they put that into the new college football video game. And so I was thinking, I never heard of that. I wonder if he's going to make the trip, but apparently it has passed in a couple years. I don't know if they still have a live mascot, but that could be interesting.
Yeah. You know, the funny part about these mascots is I like it. I don't know when they do it. I don't know if it's all-star time, but when you get all the baseball mascots and they race people around the field and they push them and do everything. Like, yeah, I seen a kid running and the mascot just pushed him so he wouldn't beat him.
Huh.
And they got another one that they race, I think halfway, all the way from left field to right field, and they let him get a head start. I forgot. Yeah, the freeze have to catch him or something.
I seen that lady the other day beat him.
Yeah.
She was flying. I don't know.
Well, and they have this new thing on TikTok or Facebook. They had this, you know how they have these challenges? Now it has it that the cops are being challenged in a run thing. It's not a thing where they're running from the police. It's like they actually cop will let you go and they'll try to catch you. So it's some kind of trend going around on TikTok or Facebook. I see some slow ones and I see some fast ones.
Did you guys see there's a bit of concern right now, not in the mascot community, but as far as live entertainers? You guys know Red Panda, the entertainer that has bulls. She's like on a unicycle that goes high into the sky and has bulls and flips them around. She fell down. Now, everybody loves Red Panda. She's universally beloved. She fell down the other day at a WNBA event and appears to have injured her wrist. She had to go to a local, no, I said WWE, so I get the terms there. They like to say medical facility. She went to a local hospital, so hopefully she's okay. Thoughts and prayers out to Red Panda.
Yeah.
That's
I've
bad.
seen Red Panda with the Bulls.
Yeah. Usually comes into Lincoln at least for one Husker game or one Husker event a year. So hopefully that she'll make a return in a healthy recovery.
I wonder how much Little Red and Hank Husker, whatever. What is? Yeah, I mean, you don't think
it's Herbie? It's Herbie.
Yeah. You don't think college mascots get paid?
They might get a scholarship for their tuition.
Man, it's hot in that thing to be doing that for 3 to 5 hours right there.
Yeah. And they start way before the game. I'm sure they're out in the
Yeah.
Have you guys come around to the new Herbie? It was unveiled a couple years ago. The blonde Herbie's back. You like him better?
I'm a big red guy.
You're a little red.
Yeah, Little Red. He's in the Hall of Fame. So, Herbie's not.
I love Herbie.
Come
I like
on,
Herbie too. Yeah, I'm a Herbie guy.
baby. When you got it going on. Yeah. I say, woo, 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 woo. All right. This is Bock and the Blackshirt here signing off on 93.7 The Ticket. We'll see you tomorrow one more day. And we are off Friday for 4th of July. All right. Win the World Wednesday. We're out.
.7 The Ticket. Fox KFXL weather. Brought to you by Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing.
The Lincoln forecast for today, we'll see decreasing clouds throughout the day. It'll be breezy and